Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Looking for space. It's Judkins. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to go.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Fires to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. It's pretty clear he didn't care about the double coverage. He thought his guy was better than their 2 guys.
Well, and there's reason to think that. That dude's a stud, and I understand it. I want to find ways to get him the football, but When it's 2-on-1, I might think about looking somewhere else.
And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
First down for this offense. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. As the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to throw. It's Milroe. Good timing on the quick out. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
Using his legs to buy some time. He's going to run it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Quarterback on the keeper. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football. So the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set. Make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Back to throw, it's Milroe. Gets it out quickly. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
This time they'll go to the running game. Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Give to the running back. Headed to the end zone. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama!
And where did I start for this offense? The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
He'll try to tack on one more. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Able to run it out to the 28 on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 7. Wants to pass it. Going up top. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And once he got loose, it was all over.
This guy is so dangerous because of his speed. He can take the top off the defense, and he did it right there on the post. Great arm talent, getting the throw out in front of him. It didn't matter how many DBs they had deep on that one. I don't think they could have stopped.
And he tags on the extra point. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's complete. A huge pickup. He's running free down the middle. Touchdown, Alabama! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
Now, we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, tune up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Bringing it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Looking downfield, it's Howard. Fires to the middle. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive player right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, the quarterback's throwing from the pocket. He's trying to fit that football into a real small window down the middle of the field, and the defender's hit was able to jar the ball loose from the receiver. Great job.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Unloads it left. Another incompletion on third down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message. He clearly doesn't believe in punting, going for it this close to his own end zone. On fourth down, going to the air. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. Fourth and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
Defense is about firing off, getting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps, everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to look.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give is to Miller. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown tie. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with a score from the 4. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Just one of those mistakes that can happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense getting set for first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking for a man, it's Howard. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. They get him out of bounds, but a chunk play to wrap up the first quarter, and this offense will carry momentum into the second.
21.
First down to start the drive after the break. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Tate. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Ohio State. Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. Some much-needed life from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You've got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. They're just about ready to kick it away. Fair catch, called for and made. Here comes that Alabama offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Milroe. Gonna take a shot. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick.
Picked off. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
Offense set on 1st down. Leaves it with the running back. He locked up and held on to bring him down.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
To the air. It's Milroe. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds.
Yeah, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
The give on the inside. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. He got it. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would like to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points.
Makes the catch down the right side. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. Throws toward the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away. That's one he'd like to have back.
After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. Hubs it downfield. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
This quarterback is so lucky that ball wasn't picked off. Of course, he threw a pick on the last drive, and this one the defender dropped. This quarterback's got to get his act together.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. They're going to throw it again. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up for it.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on 4th down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
Miller with the ball. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. To throw, it's Milroe. He's going to throw deep right side. Snags it inside the 20. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Motion from the offense. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bama! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Just about set to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point in the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
They think they can create space here with the run to the right. The Buckeyes are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Looking for space. It's Judkins. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. He looks that one in nicely. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Back to throw, it's Howard. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
I'll tell you, as a quarterback, it's going to be hard throwing the ball over the middle of the field against this defense because these D linemen are huge and they've got long arms. That was like trying to throw over a 10-foot tall person.
And the pressure gets to it. Down goes the quarterback.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Oh, he's looking to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Man, they can barely see the 1st down marker from there, but they'll go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the 4th down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
They'll give it to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but
unloads it downfield. What a snag by the defense. Taking it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to... He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And they can't make the connection going for a big play on 1st down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game. And it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback.
Lofts one high and deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
That's a great job by the DB playing the ball in the air. You see it all the time. DBs kind of get turned around. The wide receiver goes up and makes a catch. No, sir. DB, great position, knocks the ball down for an incompletion.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on 1st down. Unleashes one deep. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback. Exceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart. You're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
That last completion has him set up, second and short. To the air, it's Milroe. He'll pull it down. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Looking for that first down on third and short from the 28. Looking to throw for it. He'll off one deep down the left side. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Alabama! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close it in style with a 72-yard pass to the house. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got him downfield. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Here they come, first and 10 from the 48. Looking to throw, it's Howard. Looking deep down the right side. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. And so that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break.
45, Ohio State, 14.
The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Set to kick it away.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Going to the run to start this second half. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
Sometimes as an offense, you like run plays, and you like running it right into the teeth of the blitz. That's what happened right there. Everybody up front got a hat on a hat, and they were able to crease that defense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give is to Miller. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. A little screen to the running back. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do in 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
The give to the back. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give out of the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
To the air, it's Milroe. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. The D scoops it up, and everybody reverses field. Oh, the big fella's gathering steam. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Don't just get the ball, score with the ball, and the defense did. What a play by the defense there. Loose football, country fumble, pick it up with room, scoop, and score.
No doubt, country versus city. When it's a country fumble, nobody around, I got to pick that puppy up and do some damage with it. Nice job seeing the situation, scooping it up, making a play.
Pulled down for the tackle.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of two-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. Oh, the offense averts absolute disaster by falling on that fumble.
And that is why they're called the Handstein people on onside kicks. Great job jumping on that ball.
Let's go. Here comes that Alabama offense.
Black 14. Black 14.
Wide out in motion. He'll start this drive firing. They'll run the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves it with 3rd and 3.
And the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looks as if he's going to run it. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
4th down.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. roll that offense back out there. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, he puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Looking to pass. It's Howard. He lobs one high down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on 3rd, now setting up 4th down.
Well, the upside is you could get a 1st down. The downside is you could blow the game going for it inside your own 30. He'll take another shot here. Snatches it on the right. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
That's a big-time completion. Guys, I think they caught the defense napping right there. I think everybody on defense thought that they were going to maybe throw to the sticks on that one, but instead, quarterback had some other ideas. He had a matchup he loved one-on-one, vertically down the field. He took advantage of it. This guy made a great catch. Let's keep this drive going.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did in that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
He'll just keep slinging it. Deep shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense, is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
Oh, do you just hate to see it? Blew the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 35-yard pass for 6. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those.
And the pass hits, picked off. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. And another interception for the Crimson Tide. And Bama has a few ball hawks in this secondary. You might be putting old Hootie Ingram in the sights for his single-season interception record with 10.
And it's hard to find DBs that are going to catch the ball consistently. When you get one, it's a nice day. But when you get two, it's a great day. You got a guy ball hawking the football, finding it, creating big plays for this defense.
Going for it all. It's incomplete, almost intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 3rd down.
Oh, what a missed opportunity for that interception. Yes, I know he gets the pass breakup, but he had a chance to finish things off, and he really didn't get it done. But there's a reason he plays defense. You know, they put the guys on offense that can actually catch.
Looking to throw, it's Howard. Quickly to the tight end. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big and they take over.
That is just a play you've got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive. He's not able to come up with it.
Miller with the ball. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back, you better block the defensive end. That's priority number one. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game on the toss play. Yeah, and I just need a... I need you offensive linemen, just like right here. Great job holding the point of attack. Don't let any penetration come in. Give me a little sliver, and then you see the running back, Palmer. He'll do the rest, lower his shoulder, and make sure he gets the first down.
Yeah, it means a lot to this offense, too, to have a guy like this that always just seems to fall forward. He always, in these short yardage situations, knows where that first down marker is, and he's able to get those hitting yards in piles, driving his legs to help keep this drive alive.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Looking for a man. It's Milroe. Fires to the big fella. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Looking to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, 3rd and short, I think the offense was probably expecting blitz. That's why they dialed up the screen, but it did not fool the defense. Great job defending the screen, setting up 4th.
So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. And it's no good. He missed it. An opportunity to really build this lead goes by the boards, but it's still a 19-point game. Takes the handoff. It's Judkins. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Alabama 45, Ohio State 26.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. And that one is picked off in the end zone. Going the other way, and he's got room.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this team.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They'll try the run, and this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They go to the ground. They'll give him a couple that leaves him with 3rd and 8. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, going up top. And they got him for the sack.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt.
Returner goes out of bounds.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over. Move it behind you. Some players...
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Trying to take it back. After making the interception, ran that thing back to the 18-yard line.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got to lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT, almost put this one away.
A first down for the offense. The give is to Miller. Plows ahead for a pickup of 4 down to the 14.
Brings up second down.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Fast motion from the offense. Back to pass, it's Milroe. Quick strike complete. Touchdown tie! And the stomping has commenced.
There's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Getting set for the point after.
On for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Henderson. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Makes the quick grab. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Miller with the ball. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, with the ISO play, you'd think they'd get a good running start to get that block. But, boy, I tell you what, they took care of business there, the defense did.
Took care of business. You see the pulling guard come around, and the defense is not fooled, attacking downhill. Nobody's getting knocked off the football, and the defense is not allowing them to run the football right up the gut on them.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back. He lost one down the sideline. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation.